Hello, I'm back. Or for anyone who's never seen me before, my name is Caitlin and I have a travel blog that I haven't been posting on for the last, probably since early this year, because I haven't been traveling anywhere basically. And not that I'm going to be traveling anywhere far away for the foreseeable future, but I'm gonna get into the reason why I've decided to start creating content again for both my YouTube channel and my website. So yeah, the last time I spoke to you, it was January of this year, and I was giving you my kind of 4-month update on life in Korea. Very glad to say it was a much more positive update than the video I uploaded previous to that, where I was kind of going through it, honestly. If you've seen the video, you probably know that. You can probably tell from watching it that I was kind of going through it. I was having a bit of a difficult time settling in, just kind of finding my footing, I think, finding a routine, things like that. Plus it was the first time I'd ever lived on my own outside of university, so it was just I was in an adjustment period. When I uploaded the 4-month update in January, I feel like I was in a much, and I still do feel like I'm in a much more comfortable, settled headspace with regards to living abroad. And I mean, I must enjoy it because I re-signed my contract to stay for another year, hence why I'm still in my wee apartment. So yeah, so along with giving you the 4-month update last time, I was telling you that I was heading to Thailand with my mum, which I did manage to go on because I went on the trip mid to late January. It was, the virus was like, well, apparently still confined to China, although it kind of started to spread out when we were in Thailand. I got back to South Korea on January 29th, and patient 31, who was diagnosed in Daegu, which is the city I live in Korea, I think it was released to the press on maybe the 25th or 26th of February. So I came back and had kind of 4 weeks of normality, and yeah, then the whole world just stopped. Well, for me, that's when my whole world just stopped. I understand that like Europe and the States were much later on, but for me in Daegu, the world just totally stopped. Basically, it was in the news on a Tuesday night. She was admitted to a hospital between where I work and the subway station that I go to and from work on, and yeah, basically every hagwon in the city shut down immediately. Yeah, I'm like pausing so much because it was 6 months ago and it's taken me a minute to kind of, it just seems like a dream. Like it honestly it just seems like a dream now when I think about it. So that was the Tuesday night. Wednesday night, loads of the schools were at kind of half capacity, 25% capacity, and on the Thursday they were like, the kids aren't coming, and basically all the schools in Daegu just shut down. Bars shut down, restaurants, they like lowered the frequency of public transport. The city just slowed down. We were just advised, stay in your house unless you absolutely have to leave. There was talks of Daegu being put on lockdown the way Wuhan was with the rest of China, and when they said that, I remember it was the following week after I finished work, the president of South Korea, Moon, came to Daegu, and I was like, I just total fight or flight mode, and I was in flight mode. I was terrified. That compounded with some like things that were going on at home. I actually went back to Scotland for 3 weeks, which in hindsight was probably not the most responsible thing I could have done, but I took the precautions that I could. I made sure I was like checking my temperature and stuff. I flew with a mask from Seoul to London and from London up to Glasgow, wore a mask in the taxi. Like I followed the protocol, because although the rest of the world didn't know it yet, it was like very much drilled into us like what the precautions were and what to do, how to identify the symptoms and stuff like that. Yeah, so I went home anyway. I mean, you might agree or disagree with my decision, but I did. I went home. I was tested, so I got home I think on a Wednesday night. I was tested for the virus back home on the Thursday, and it was negative, thankfully. I stayed home for 3 weeks. Didn't really do much because I went home kind of on a whim. So I got to spend some time with my friends, see my family, and then I came back to Korea. And when I came back, we were switching to online classes. So I taught online classes for about 4 months, and that ended kind of the last week of July. Then we had a week vacation, me and one of my co-workers. So basically, you're not allowed to leave Korea. If you want to leave Korea, for foreigners anyway, there's a visa process you have to be approved for. And then upon your return to South Korea, you have to quarantine for 14 days. And we only had a week off work, so obviously couldn't quarantine for the 14 days, so we stayed inside Korea. Plus, obviously, it's just too risky. It's just too risky to go abroad right now. I wouldn't. I was really anxious even about flying down to Jeju. So Jeju is an island in the south of Korea, the south of South Korea. It's called the Hawaii of Korea. I'm not sure I would go that far, but it was really nice just to get away, have a wee change of scenery. I went with 3 of my friends. It's just nice to get away, to be somewhere more tropical, to be beside the water, swim in the ocean. It was really, really nice. And then we came back to work 3 weeks ago, so this is my 3rd week back. Some kids are still opting to teach online, but largely we've got our students back, which I'm really grateful for. I'm just so grateful that I still have a job, honestly, and I don't have to worry about money and things like that, because I know obviously there's so many people around the world, and even people I know that aren't as fortunate. So I do acknowledge that I'm really lucky in terms of that. So what else has been happening? So let me talk about the blog. So obviously I went to Thailand, I came back, I was just being lazy, to be quite frank. I uploaded a couple of articles about my time in Thailand, but I have tons of video footage about it, tons and tons and tons, like hours of video footage from it. So the reason I decided to make this video is to kind of reintroduce myself, and I didn't want to just throw a vlog up and everyone, anyone who's subscribed or who watches my videos at least, is is she just gonna pretend that she didn't disappear for a year? So yeah, this is the reason. I just wanted to give a bit of an update and kind of tell you where my head's at in terms of why I'm uploading now. So I have all this footage from Thailand, so I'm going to start editing it this weekend. It's actually Friday night right now. So after this, I got home from work about 9:30. I think it's about 11 now, just had my dinner. And after I upload this video, I'm going to go and go to my bed, probably watch some Grey's Anatomy, and then go to bed. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to start editing the vlog. Something really changed. I don't know how to describe it. My birthday was about 6 weeks ago, and I just have felt so kind of in limbo for the last 6 months. I wasn't doing anything productive with my time, and it was just such a really strange time with everything that's been going on in the world. And to be perfectly honest, I felt like all I really had was the Thailand footage and then this video, and I didn't want to start uploading and then stop and then start, and then I knew if I was going to start doing this at all again, I wanted to be consistent with it, and the same with the blog. So now that I feel like I've got myself into a routine and I'm being productive with my life, talking to my next door neighbour who's also a co-worker. Sorry, I thought I just saw a spider and started to have a wee internal freak out there. See, now I keep looking at it, but it's not, it's just a thread. I'm going to start my TEFL next week, which is a teaching English as a foreign language certificate. I just really miss learning. It's been just over a year since I graduated from university, and it's been nice to have a break, but I'm ready to do something I just miss learning. I love learning. I really enjoyed school. I really enjoyed university for the most part. So yeah, I just want to get back into it and do something. And it means if you do have a TEFL, it means that if I choose to go to Thailand or Japan or where else? See, I'm paranoid now. Japan or somewhere in Europe, it's compulsory basically. Or Vietnam I think is one as well, so you need a TEFL. So not that I'm planning on moving, at least not in the next year, but if at some point I do down the line and I want to do something that's going to be productive, I'm also thinking about a postgrad, but I'm not entirely sure. I'm waiting till I clear all my credit card debt before I do that. I'll talk about that in a different video, but my goal at the beginning of the year, I'm not sure if I ever said this on camera, but my goal at the beginning of the year was to make myself totally debt free by the end of the year, and I'm almost there. I've got 4 months left, and I'm going to meet my goal, which is actually really exciting. I'm quite proud of myself, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think that's it. The next video I upload will definitely be on Sunday. I'm not sure how much editing I'll get done tomorrow, but it will either be Sunday morning or Sunday night, but it will definitely be up on Sunday. Sorry again, if anybody's made it to the end of the video, please subscribe, because you know, I'm actually doing this. I promise I'm doing it. And I guess I'll see you with a new video on Sunday. When you see me on Sunday, it'll actually be me from 8 months ago, so my hair's shorter and darker, and I had a bit more weight on me, so I'm probably going to look a bit different. But yeah, I hope you enjoy some travel content that's going to be back for the next couple of weeks. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video.